So welcome back, movie and this time TV guys, fans, aficionados. So we had a pretty big trailer this week dropped, and if you hadn't checked it out, it's posted down below on my channel. Yellowstone season 5. That's right, the big 5. So excuse me. Yellowstone trailer we got was pretty intense and pretty big, but let's kind of recap the things of what happened last season. So last season was pretty much, John and Jamie sort of going at each other for the office of governor. That's right, father against adopted son, because we did find out that Jamie was adopted, and he came from a pretty low down, no good scum sucker. Anyway, and so all sorts of trouble pursued and persist. Beth and Rip got engaged and got married in a very small, intimate little ceremony that revolved around her, Rip, her dad, and a priest or a preacher or something like that she had pretty much kidnapped and brought to the ranch in true Beth style. So yeah, and then we wind up, and toward the end she makes Jamie sort of, he has to wind up and off his real daddy, which was sort of plotting against the Dutton family the whole time. And Beth catches him disposing of the body and pretty much has him by the throat with that. So this season looks pretty dang good, am I right? Who agrees that trailer was awesome? Way better than the little sneak peek we got several months back. Because, we're getting down to the wire here, folks. Down to the nitty of the gritty. Just like a month away from the season 5 premiere. So we needed some new footage, and we got it. It did not disappoint. So the trailer opens, excuse me. So the trailer opens with John, the patriarch of this Dutton family and the Dutton Yellowstone Empire. It begins with him taking the oath and swearing into office as governor of Montana. Pretty big, This was a powerful guy who just got a lot more power in his home state of Montana. And so he's swearing in, and the press is having, a junket or conference, if you will. And he is surrounded in the crowd by old enemies and new. We see the old chief there, the casino owner. He's in the crowd, and the old hag that gave him so much fits last season. She was in the crowd and kind of giving the old death stare, as they say. And so yeah. Lots of political intrigue, looks like, for this season. We get a couple of cool shots here and there of all the drama that's going to conspire, little snippets, and things, and John signing orders and things of that nature, and Jamie saying, if you sign this, is an act of war. And to which John says, we're already at war. This family cannot catch a break, right? They're always got somebody coming after them, somebody that wants their land or their power. So it's going to be even tenfold intense this time with old John in office as governor. We don't get to see a whole lot from Casey or Monica, which I'm all right with, because they're okay characters, but Monica for the most part gets on my nerves all the time. So there is that. We do get to see Rip, kind of as usual, doing his thing, toting a hunting rifle, riding a horse, the usual rippage type stuff. But other than that, story-wise, and we do get to see a pretty little funny bit where we see an older gentleman ask John what's he going to do, the first thing he's going to do when he takes office, and he says, you know what I'm going to do. And he winds up firing everybody on staff, and he winds up making Beth his chief of staff. What? Beth isn't the most stable of people around, but she is a go-getter and a cutthroat when it comes to business, so she'll be perfect. Anyway, like I said, lots of cool shots. It's a short trailer, really don't show a lot, and I appreciate that. Don't give me the whole thing in a trailer. I want some surprises. I want some big reveals, and we usually get that with Yellowstone. It never really fails. That each season they drop a big bomb on us, and a bombshell, if you will. And so hopefully this season will be the same as usual with that. So yeah, John's governor, Beth's chief of staff. You know, Casey, he's still doing his thing as livestock commissioner, per usual. Rip, still running things, you know, as the foreman there, and being the bad end he is. And Jamie is the weasel, as always, and it couldn't be expected he will be a weasel this season. He is that one character you just loathe, you just hate, right? And so, I'll be honest, it's gonna kind of shock you, but I was hoping that Jamie would not make it out of last season alive. But unfortunately, you can't kill off a weasel, right? So, he's back. And so yeah, I'm interested to see how the whole relationship, the marriage, if you will, with Beth and Rip is kind of holding together. I want to see how that's working out. They finally, like I said, last season, they made it and said I do to each other, so it'll be interesting to see how that's progressing. So yeah, looking forward to Yellowstone season 5. That's the 5th one, right? And this show is non-stop. I'm talking about good each season. It's never had, in my opinion, a bad season. So here's hoping that this one is the same as usual. So should be coming out in November, first part of November on Paramount Network or Paramount Plus. And I don't know if they change up the airing dates. If they don't change up the airing dates, rather, it will be on Sundays, because that's what it was on last season, last year. It was on Sundays, so it'll probably be the same. Yellowstone Season 5. If you hadn't checked out the trailer, like I said, look down below on my videos. I've got it posted up for you guys to check out. You can see what I'm talking about. Later, Gators.
I, John Dutton, do solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution of the state of Montana against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
You have no friends in this building, John. You're gonna have to bring your own.
What you gonna do first? What do you think I'm gonna do? You're all fired. Beth, you're my new chief of staff.
Back to work.
I love Montana, but I'm doing this for our family. We need to talk.
They will fight you. They will fight you dirty.
Is there any other way?
Ruin them, starting with her.
Signing this order is a declaration of war.
We're already at war.
I do this for my father. I don't do this for me.
This fucking family!
I love it when she gets mad. It means I'm gonna make a lot of money.
When I say we give everything to this land, I do mean everything.